not for sure, but I know that everything that happens in this place, and yes, it's like domed off and cut off from what is a bigger spot, thinking they have us contained. But everything that happens in here also happens everywhere. And they have been pouring shit in there like a dump. That's basically what it is a dump. They thought they had it contained, but they kept on pouring shit in here that they created. And as it goes back to their tube, they just feed it in here. But look, guys, and there are those that think they can keep what is frozen bodies and stuff. And I was like, look, and they've been doing this everywhere. And I was like, when it comes to bodies, you can't keep on burying them. You can't keep on burying shit. You can't keep on covering it up, because all this starts bleeding through the ground, leaking through the ground. When you create what is toxic and what is chemicals and byproducts, they just start mixing together, and it creates a sickness, a radioactive plague sickness upon the land, and it just erupts. That's why I arise in Christ always, in understanding and knowing that even though I'm surrounded by what is vile, I can still get up and arise in love, light, life, truth, wisdom, justice, and say, yes, what around me is vile. However, I'm going to do the best I can with what I got to arise to my own exceptional way of being. Just because I live what is in a man-made sewer fucking hole, and there's shit all around me, and I've had shit poured on me, that doesn't mean I have to act like shit, or treat others like shit, or be a part of the politics of shit, or the religion of shit, or conform to that shitty way of being. I'm like, I love myself, even though I'm surrounded by what is shit, and I do the best with the shit that is around me, the best I can. There's no sense in complaining about it, because I've been everywhere and it's the same old shit everywhere I go. So I was like, I'm not going to sit there and go get a job and be miserable to afford shit or live in a shitty house, because I know what it's all about. And I see it on my screen, and they put it in my hand, this shit, and they're like, isn't it grand? And I was like, no, it's not. It's fucking shit. You might as well have dog turds in here and go into a supermarket and exchange it for more dog turds. And I was like, look, this is just where I'm at. I'm doing the best I can, and there's very little life left. And of course, when I even pass through, there's little fruit. And I'm just arising in Christ always. And I say to those, I was like, I cannot eat your fruit. I cannot, even though there's water, it's still not true living waters. I was like, this is a dead place, and I must move forward. But, I love others, but still, everywhere I go is a fucking grave. A grave of parasites. And I try to say, don't eat of these things. Don't do these things. And it's not about eating in this place. It's about participating in what is the system of the beast, the buying, the selling, and the trading, the activities, the traditions that keep the dead going. And that's not about, going to a celebration and eating cake or drinking something. It's about being of that mindset, that heart set of education and politics, wanting to, hammer people down into a fucking, a circle when they're a square.